On my own. There you go.
Oh.
Do that one more
Are
time, Russ?
Are you allowed to put gang signs up on
I
live
can't.
podcasts?
I can't bend my pinky without my ring finger going down. But that's the Vanilla Ice logo thing, right? Where he does like the. I mean, do you want to get into it? All right, stop. Collaborate
so
and
hip.
listen. Ice is black with the brand new invention. Something grabs
Oh,
a
I
hold of
get
me tightly, flown like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I glow to the extreme. I'm like a vandal. Life is days, watch the chump like a candle dance. And the speaker that booms, I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom, deadly. When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it. You better can't wait. You better hit fools or the kid don't play. If you got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook when my DJ revolves it.
See, they're not the same beat because mine goes ting 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 tiki ting ting.
Yeah, you see theirs goes but mine goes
Not the same as Under Pressure. Ting
No,
ting
it's not
ting
the same.
tiki ting ting. Yeah. Totally different beats.
The minutia.
The Doug's version is Patrick Mahomes, whereas Russ is Tom Brady. Oh,
topical.
Y'all didn't think of that.
Wow.
See, under pressure. No, come on.
That was great.
Patrick Mahomes constantly under pressure.
See, you get it now.
We all got it.
Way over.
You're so good,
Way over your head. Wait. Yeah. All right. Well, I did not expect you to be able to do that, Russ. I did not know that you had that in your repertoire.
I mean, do you want me to? I could do a few others if you want.
Could you do Trade Addicts next?
Check my inbox and what do I see? Just another day, another TRADE. I'm an
addict.
And I feel it in my veins. I'm an addict. The ones I feel plain up every day I wake up. No, I can't do the entire song. Like sadly, I don't listen to it.
We need to get a cover album going on.
Like I just
you cover all of.
I don't listen to my own show, so I don't hear the song as much as everyone else does.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Fair.
But you're also the one that edits it, so.
I don't know. You think I listen when I edit? Look, I don't do that.
Please teach me how you're not a listening person. I need these things in my
literally
brain.
just scroll through, and if there's a gap more than a second long, I delete part of the gap. That is how I edit. That is literally all I do.
Isn't that called
at least
silence?
for my show? Like for what? Oh yeah, there's a truncate silence. No, I don't trust that. I just do that.
Yo.
They are
on this show, I'm gonna roll over every single Trade Addicts league, but leave 7 behind.
No, I'm in 7, bitch.
Everyone,
you gotta roll over those first round
right
picks.
now.
More first round picks. Got them round picks.
Yes, I am absolutely lazy. I just did not do it today. I saw it happening, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's happening. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
NFL to crash. Don't want to crash.
Snap.
You're looking out for everybody else.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't want to take up the bandwidth on MFL. You're welcome, every commissioner that was able to roll over their league, because I wasn't there doing my 15 goddamn leagues all at the same time. So you know what? Again, you're welcome.
That's a big chunk. That's a big chunk.
Yeah, I run way too many fucking leagues.
Chunk.
That's a problem.
I think the real question is, Russ, what leagues are you picking up? Are you picking up to commish in this non-point scoring season before the draft? Like, how many leagues are you going to be picking up commish work? 2.
All right. I'm making my Harry Potter league, which is going to be effing awesome, even though that is that's a 48 team league. So that's pretty much like 4-1. And I run the freaking Dynasty Diagnostic League, which is 4-1 also. And then there's a certain league that shall never be named that is probably happening, but without me in it. But I'm going to end up running it anyway.
Sorry, but yeah.
No, like, I mean, I said I wasn't going to make it because I'm in too many damn leagues already. And then Rocky's just like, I'll do it. You don't have to be in it. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. So, yep, that's going to happen.
Oh, snap. Breaking news.
Oh, yeah, shit. That was supposed to be like a thing for our show on Monday.
That's all right.
You're going to edit that out, right?
We do spend weeks on weeks editing pods. Just so people have something to listen to, like
edited half the QBs
pod
change
flow.
teams.
I just love that the real ones are the ones who are going to be the ones that figure out like what was actually said there without it being said there. Like not everybody's not going to know what just happened.
Oh, there's
that was a pretty big moment
in the chat that knows that said it out loud already.
This rumor mill's gonna per sources. I gotta go real quick. Per sources.
Oh man, Casey's gonna be that insider. Let's do it.
Oh snap!
Per sources.
Aggregators.
Certain league is coming.
Certain league is
J Mike,
coming.
I picked up a league in the offseason, and it was your former team, SmackDown.
SmackDown, yes.
I was like, so Robbie threw it out there. I'm like, oh, I like this roster. Yeah, get me in there. And he's like, oh, it's J Mike's old team. And I'm like, yeah, buddy.
Is that where all your teams are named after wrestlers?
Yes, it's really fun.
What was your wrestler? What was your team name?
It started out as John Cena a couple years ago. We had a lot of fun with that. And then this past year, I was King Booker, and I had a lot of fun. You talk about being able to create some GIFs from some gold on YouTube. That was a fun time. I enjoyed that one.
You got some. So my wife and I for our wedding.
You got to go back, Doug.
Go back to Verizon. Go back to Linksys. Go back to Linksys. I'm sitting here trying to think like what I would name my team, and I would have to go like back from when I was a kid, like Superfly Jimmy Snuka or George the Animal Steel. Like no, that's a lie. I would be George the Animal Steel with him eating the turnbuckle with his green tongue hanging out. Like that would be the team I would be. Because someone's the Ultimate Warrior, and that's just way too easy. So I just wouldn't do it.
That's true.
Am I working okay?
I'm just waiting for Doug to be back. Sorta. You frozen though.
You look good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
You picked a great frozen face.
Mm-hmm. One of the best I've seen.
At FF Frozen Face. Yeah.
FF Frozen Face.
Let's get that started already.
Oh, my name's Chef.
James trying to bury you with.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Bro. All right, cool. So my Booker story.
No.
I feel like I'm one of those insurance commercials.
You go.
This is 100% that T-Mobile, the new T-Mobile commercial. With Gronk and Brady. Oh, that's good.
Finally, Doug's gone. Jeez. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't do this, man. I'm not used to a 4-pack.
Yeah, so looks very weird.
Yeah, I like my.
He heard you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Back to 5.
I think that's a new record. 2.5 seconds before.
Why didn't we do prop bets before this? And
Hey,
internet gets
don't you have a co-host that can
That's
fill
the
in
best.
for you? What's
Look
going
at
on?
that frozen screen. That's awesome.
There you go. Now he's frozen drinking. That's at least on.
That's better.
That's on brand
That's
at
better.
least. The thing is, he's not frozen. He's just chugging.
Now
Oh,
we see the thumb. Okay.
With the psych.
No,
I'm not even
it
gonna
ain't
talk.
work.
Fuck this shit.
He's just gonna sit here, just like looking all lovingly into the camera.
What's happening? Longest chug ever.
Okay. Should I say that we're live yet? I don't know.
Are we live? Wait, no. We were not live. I did not.
I'm a cat.
Vanilla Ice.
You did.
On live. And that's not something I would ever do.
Well, you're incredibly fortunate, Russ, because I did not compose a tweet beforehand. I was too busy making myself, man/woman Hattons downstairs,
Person Hattons, okay.
Person Hattons. And I forgot to compose a tweet, and then I smashed that live button, and I said, "Oh gosh, no one's gonna know that the show is live because
Well, it must have been a fantastic person Hatton because you were gone for like 20 minutes.
Was I? I
little
mean,
bit, yeah.
when you're making it live, you're making it one-handed. I really did it for all of you, and then
Look,
I get here, and you don't even think that I would actually do that.
This is amateur hour. You need to get a stand with the ring light behind it,
That's
so
a
you
good
get
point.
that nice ambiance,
Look.
the nice lighting, so your drink looks as succulent's the absolute wrong word. That's a plant. As delicious as it possibly can.
Yeah. Well, it's a pilot. It was a pilot episode.
Okay.
2021, bringing new things to the open bar. You won't even know what's coming. Next week, we're just going to have J-Mike pouring Blanton's into a glass, and then he's going to smash live, and he's like, yo, what's good? It's FF Peppercorn in the building. And cue Peppercorn.
Listen, if you're somehow listening to this in podcast form 11 minutes in and you're still with us, thank you, but you are missing out on way too much of the live fun that we're having. Boys from the open bar back at it, some of our friends here, and this is just the good stuff. 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesday nights. Be here, be square, and as Gabe always says, we are an off-season podcast. This is where we shine, right? This is what you say, Gabe, right? This is what you do.
I've been so thirsty. You know how them guys be in all them FF girls DMs. Look, that's me for the off season. All right, look.
You said I was allowed to slide into your DMs, Gabe. Don't even start with that.
That's true. I have been looking forward to this. We don't get a normal off season again, and we're we've got to adapt. But what else does the open bar do, J. Mike? We may as well be called the open adapt. That's all we do, baby.
The open adapt.
I don't know.
That's a great
maybe like the open source, maybe
rebranding.
FF adaptation.
FF adaptation. Come on.
So my internet's going to be good for like 2.5 minutes, so I got to talk at some point.
All right.
So we just got to get a Dynasty Theory to change their name to Darwin Theory.
Talk about it.
Got to adapt. There you go.
All right. We are live though. It's a thing. J Mike said it. It's 9:30 Eastern ish. It's your favorite podcast. Okay. Put it on a t-shirt, sell it, give it to charity. All right. What are we talking? We're back. It's the season's over. We're done with it. Thank goodness. I don't care. It was another horrible Super Bowl. That's what the people say anyway. I'd probably agree. I don't know. Wasn't super fun. I don't know. I was starting to think about that a little bit, starting to think about Super Bowl games. Like if they should be good, should they be good? I mean, is that why are we expecting, something to be good just because it's ultimately, I mean, sure, they're two very good teams, but it's very random at the end of the day. Doug, you were so far in and out of weaving this conversation, but what carry on, Doug?
I said, well, it has super in the title, so I think it automatically puts the expectations out there that it should be great. That's how people think about it.
Right. That's valid.
But do you think, I was curious and I wanted to look in the past 50, what do you have? 55 Super Bowls. And if what makes it like a bad game, like more than 10, 13? Is there like a threshold
I got up and left and went out to the garage to smoke? I don't know at what point that was, but it felt
at what point in the game. But
I think it's all
changed that for us.
I think it's based on like if you're watching a game and there's a lot of offense that people want, right? But I think in those there's like this Tampa Bay a couple years ago, the Patriots versus like people don't want to. So
Doug used up
it's-
his 2 minutes. He's
You back
done.
at it again, Doug.
You gotta deposit.
It was a good run.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
hang
to
up and call
translate it,
collect,
though.
man. 1-800
No,
collect.
go get him an internet cafe.
I'm trying to translate it though.
Yeah,
Doug, you should go live on your phone, dude. You can do
Go-
that on your phone,
Go to
right?
Starbucks and pretend you're writing a screenplay, but
There you go.
go in the open bar.
I'd like to posit something regarding the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think
Jesus.
AP, that's perfect. Autobots roll out. That's good. That's really good. I'd like to posit something. I feel like this was the Super Bowl of missed opportunities. Could you all imagine? Just take a step back with me. Could you all imagine how much harder the Drizzy State Farm commercial would have hit if Aaron Rodgers was in the Super Bowl instead of Tom Brady? Come on. Come on.
Free advertising, like right there.
So they definitely had an alternate State Farm commercial in the tuck for sure, right?
Absolutely.
Like Drizzy was not in that commercial if the Chiefs did not make the Super Bowl. And if Aaron Rodgers had made it, as opposed to, or I bet they made even 3 versions of it where they each got a backup. So now I'm wondering, let's have a discussion. Who would have been Aaron Rodgers's doppelganger, whatever, or what they call it, a stunt double or whatever? Stand-in, right? Yeah, stand-ins. Stand-ins don't get lines. That was a good commercial. Who is Aaron Rodgers' stand-in then? And we can draft it if we want. I don't care.
Who's a goofy dude with a mustache? I mean, that's really what it comes down to, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've had that before.
Oh, so I think it should be you then. Perfect. We've got it. Boom.
Okay,
Gold.
next topic. This is the open bar 2021. We don't draft no more. We just agree on something and hit it. Any other thoughts? Just creepy dude with mustache. That is our
bartender, like down the street.
The bartender down the street.
Little like dive bar.
What about like a J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man? I think he could be like an old version of Aaron Rodgers with his creepy mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of things that rhyme with Jake.
That's fair. Drake from State Farm definitely hit.
Yeah.
What's that dude from New Girl? Like, is it not Jack Johnson? That's the musician.
Oh, no, it's Jake Johnson. So it would also be Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, there you go. It'd probably be him for some reason with a mustache, and he'd just say something super like sarcastically obnoxious because that's what Aaron Rodgers does. That's it. There you go.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love as Aaron Rodgers standing. Come on. They should have done. What if they did that? What if they did that?
That would have been a little savage.
Oh man.
Savage.
Josh Gad. Who is Josh Gad? Help me out.
The dude, he's funny.
Oh yeah.
I don't. Okay, well, I don't think we should just like Aaron Rodgers' stand-in was Olaf.
What has Josh Gad done in person that you?
I know you're right, but that's definitely
he was in
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
I'm on my Verizon, so this is going to cost me $100 for the next hour and a half. So you're welcome.
Let's go retweet this right now. All right, we got to get some views, get Dougie paid.
I'm pissed off now.
Yeah.
So what I was saying, can we circle back to the Super Bowl?
Let's go back. Yes.
What I was trying to say was that everyone wants to see offense in a Super Bowl to think it's good, right? So we look at Tampa, the defense that they played, even a couple of years ago when the Patriots played the Rams, and the Rams only scored 3 points. And that was a good game from a X's and O's standpoint for the defense, but people don't want to see that. So when they see like a great defensive performance, to a lot of people, it's boring. The casual fan or fantasy football fans, like they want the high scoring games. So I think that dictates what people think is good.
No,
Okay.
I,
That's how I
and
would put it.
completely get that. But no, I also do love defense, but only one team was playing good defense. And the other team wasn't necessarily
That is
playing
true.
great offense as much as the Chiefs were just playing bad defense. So, like, 1 out of 4, and there was no good special teams.
Undisciplined defense.
Yes, I 100% for sure. Like, so it just there wasn't enough balance of anything to be able to call it a good game for me. Like, it was fun to see. My friend showed me something that said Patrick Mahomes ran for 497 yards from when the ball was
That's
hiked
insane.
to either when he threw it or got sacked. So not including when he ran. Just
If you someone tweeted out the stack tracker of the movements from Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was he's around the pocket 5 yards, that's it. Mahomes was like, it was pretty much the equivalent of like a crew cut in movement versus long dreadlocks. Like they were all over the place, and then Brady's just like, I'm right here, I'm not moving at all.
Yeah, like Brady's just a normal dude standing there, and Mahomes is a dude getting chased by bees. Like that's what it was, right? It's just like in Tommy Boy, it's just like
in Tommy Boy.
they're everywhere. There's something to live. Like, I mean, that's what Mahomes.
Man,
was,
I'm allergic.
right?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, for real. I am not trying to die today.
Just roll around on the
ground. Dude, don't be like Macaulay Culkin. He needs his glasses. He can't see.
Oh no! Oh come on! Why are you going there, Casey? We're having a good time, and you're gonna make us all cry. Is that what you're gonna do?
We're drafting movies that make you cry. I'm taking my good girl.
She's just snatching the 101.
Girls who make you cry draft. Okay. So we have a couple of options here. Aaron Rodgers stand-in, movies that make you cry. Let's keep it going.
We're heating up.
This is hilarious. Jay Rich. This sounds like something that he's gonna put in his Twitter profile as just to get like noticed, you know. I'm that dude whose brother was hired to be Drake's stand-in while they filmed.
Unreal.
Jay Rich.
But did you see the flex beforehand though by Drake? Like in Jay Rich's other comment. So it was supposed to be filmed in Toronto, but Drake didn't want to fly back to Toronto in quarantine, so they just moved the whole doggone shoot to LA.
Okay.
Like the commercial was moved to LA because of Drake. Like that's.
I'm thinking about getting a heart shaved in my hair. You think that'll work like Drake? You think that's doable?
I was
want it.
thinking about it. Like you would look better with that heart in your hand.
Thinking about it. It's Valentine's Day is coming up.
No, you have a reason. You have a reason.
Exactly.
Two times the size
somewhere else.
Yeah. So if this was not slim, Doug Eddie, then I don't think that the swag would hit as hard with the heart in your hair. However,
it's true.
Since losing a person, you can do whatever at this point. I'm with it.
Hey, the confidence, it's something. I'll tell you that much.
I do have one question about the Super Bowl, and then we can talk to it as much as y'all want to. Oh, and Jay Rich, I'm sorry. Hopefully it doesn't get your brother in trouble. Like when everybody watches this open bar episode and we find out like the real points.
He's saying his brother was telling everyone. Like, hell yeah, if I was hired to be Drake Stanton, I would be telling everyone also. Fuck the NBA.
You can tell people that you were Drake Stanton if you want to. Nobody's going to be able to find out if you really were.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain angle where me and Drake just look super similar.
You guys do. I mean, it's probably like
yeah, it's really high up.
On the airplane, maybe.
Is that Jay Rich lighting technique that we learned on Twitter today, Russ? In my own mind, I'm a legend. Hey, look, Drake, just like that.
Ooh, we're gonna tell scary stories now.
Drizzy.
Oh my god, I cannot believe I podcast with Drizzy.
I am on the 24-hour. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Whoa, where did he go?
Sorry, yeah, he had to go.
Where did you come from? What's going on?
You talk about people's bills. Like 10 seconds of Drake is like 15 times what Doug has to do with his Verizon bill because of him being on the show right now.
Yeah, true.
Quick question. When it comes to the Super Bowl, and I don't know if this is a thing because I'm getting older. I don't know if this is a thing just because I'm probably more into fantasy than I've ever been. Probably less worried about the other stuff with football as I've grown up with fandom. Does does the Super Bowl still mean a lot to you all? Like, does it move you like it used to? Like, we get together for parties and stuff. People, I mean, I think people still do that. We didn't. It's just basically staying at home. But like, does the pomp and circumstance of the Super Bowl still do it for you? Like, does it rev your engines at all? Does it really get you like, oh man, I'm so here for this. Like, I got to see it. Like, I got to see every play. Like, let's go.
Nope. Not. I mean, I was cooking dinner for the first quarter. Just I don't know. Like it feels like. Well, first of all, maybe it was a big deal back in the day when people were just like super boring and needed an excuse to see friends. Like we're never going to eat chicken wings. Wait, we need an excuse to eat chicken wings until we vomit. The Super Bowl. Yes, but now we eat wings till we vomit if we damn well please. So like it just it's not that big of a deal anymore, and it's just
not a kid anymore.
Yeah, damn straight. I had cereal for breakfast 2 days ago. It was fucking wonderful.
Do what I want.
Because I can. But and also it's just like, remember how like big a deal the commercials used to be?
Yeah, they did, and now nobody watches them. It was like
this was like the first year there was more than one good commercial in like the past three or 4 years.
Yeah, they've been pretty weak over the last handful of years. That's for sure.
And this year there was a couple of good ones, but still, it's not like the ordeal it used to be. And I think that is just all around. I'm sure there are still a group of people that like most of the world. I'm sure it's still the most watched TV show of the year and stuff like that. But yeah, I completely agree. There is personally a lot less fanfare about the Super Bowl than there was like 5-10 years ago.
Well, I think that like the internet kind of killed that too. Like you don't have to pay attention to the commercials anymore. You can watch it on YouTube, before it even happens. Yeah. So
yeah. Fucking internet ruins everything.
Fucking internet.
Yeah, it ruined the first 15 minutes of this podcast for me.
We had a great time making fun of you for it, though.
Stupid internet. Stupid.
Gabe, does it still do it for you, man?
I don't think so. I think it's. I tell you, it's better than the national championship game. that came last, it feels like, for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And there's like not the good commercials, there's not a good halftime show, and like maybe the game is better in terms of like scoring. That usually happens in just, with college football. But yeah, I don't know. It's more I guess for me it's more I'm starting to learn that it's more of just like a celebration that like we made it, or like, we can't wait till tomorrow to not do this anymore for in our sake, because we're all about like the non-point scoring season. And I don't know. I don't think like the game, no, but I think the idea of getting together and making it nearly like a holiday, like you think about like each month typically kind of has something to celebrate. Like I'd say the Super Bowl, supersedes President's Day, probably, as far as celebrations go. So
my birthday's in February. I think that's the best.
And this year, and
it was a Super Bowl.
We were #blessed to have the first lady of the open bar coincide with the Super Bowl. So yeah. I know what I was celebrating. I don't know what y'all were doing.
I would say for the Super Bowl, for me, it doesn't resonate the way it used to. I think the biggest thing for me, so there was a tradition that I had on Super Bowl Sunday, and this is only the second time in 21 years that I wasn't able to do this said tradition. There's a sub shop in Raymond, New Hampshire. I'd usually go to New Hampshire to watch a Super Bowl with family and friends, and I used to get an 18-inch roast beef and cheese sub every single year. I only missed it one time when I lived in Virginia, and then I missed it this year because it just didn't work out for me to go back up there because of COVID and some other reasons. So for me, it's like a tradition. It's like, oh man, I know Super Bowl Sunday, I can spoil myself. I can get this sub that I love. I can be around friends and family. For me, it's more about that than it is the actual game. Now, part of it is like, yes, I've had more of a rooting interest in the game. I'm a Patriots fan. I live in New England. Yeah. So being in the Super Bowl that often is obviously more of a rooting interest because of the team that I'm rooting for. But this year, I mean, yes, I was rooting for Tom Brady. I wanted him to win because I thought it would be a great story. I have no ill will towards him. But I mean, if it was two teams, if it wasn't Tom Brady, let's say if it was the Saints or the Packers and the Chiefs, like I'd watch the game, but I wouldn't be like on the edge of my seat, didn't really care what happened. I'd just casually watch the game while I'm chatting or drinking, whatever. So for me, it's not as much of an event that it used to be. And I actually found myself getting pissed off a couple of times during the Super Bowl, which hasn't happened before. So just a couple things that had happened during the broadcast that I was more like, not necessarily political stuff, but just stuff that I was just like, ugh. I was just kind of rolling my eyes about.
Pissed on his pants. That's probably what it was. That little piece
No. It was them. Part of it was them mentioning, the 5-year-old girl that's in the hospital with like 3 minutes left in the game.
Yes, that was super awkward.
When the game was almost over, and they didn't, that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. The other thing that rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm not going to say too much on it, but while I'm talking about it, I might as well, because my internet's working, so why not? Was at the beginning of the game when the NFL pledged $250 million to end racism, a great gesture. But the first thing I thought of was Colin Kaepernick, and that pissed me off. Because I'm like, you pretty much blackballed Colin Kaepernick and ruined his career because he knelt because of police brutality. And it wasn't about the flag. If you say that to me, I have nothing to say to you. So for me, that I saw that, and that's the first thing I thought of, and it pissed me off. So that's it. I'm off my soapbox.
Preach.
And what was super fucked up was when they were talking about Andy Reid's son in the car accident. They're zooming straight in on Andy Reid's face. And it's just like, all right, dude. Like,
and that weird walrus face mask that he wears. What is that thing?
That does not that.
It looks like Gonzo.
I feel like it's the wrong shape.
It looked like a banana hammock.
Yeah. Like maybe it was like a Chiefs thong, and he's just like, wait, I got a great idea for this.
Maybe after the game he takes it off his face. And, I don't know.
Yeah, that's his good luck. It goes the other way around. He wears it pregame, and then
maybe he likes his own scent during the game. I don't know.
All right, this really got like, oh man,
it's very.
Hey, Mike, transition.
I'm enjoying talking about all the things that Andy Reid's. I think that's the draft game.
Y'all transition.
What is his nose? His mask look like?
What does his mask remind you of? Squidward, an actual Floby extension.
Like a feed bag?
Yeah. He's probably got some ribs in there.
I'm thinking like Funyuns.
It looks like like an old like vacuum bag too.
Some pork rinds maybe.
I grew up on those vacuum bags.
I know. They're kind of like crinkly and like
dusty.
Gross. Yeah. That's a.
Wait, Mama, we keep these?
I know.
No. Yeah, for Andy Reid, we donated them to a good cause.
It wasn't a good yard sale unless it had vacuum bags.
Right.
I mean, when you ran out of vacuum bags.
Yo, I need them Eureka vacuum bags, dog. Give me some.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I could talk about this for way longer than I should probably. So, at this point, unless you're in a league of Russes, it'll happen tomorrow. For the rest of the leagues, for the rest of the dynasty leagues,
we know.
I feel like we anxiously await MFL rollover day, and I feel like every year they make the window shorter and shorter in terms of how long like everything's down. Right, it used to be a case where it was like hours, and people were just
a couple of years ago. It was bad.
It was like a day and a half a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I was like, it was days at some point, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. I remember them sending update emails.
Yep.
Yeah, and that did happen. Wow. Yeah, that was within.
How hard is it to update like DOS files? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, no, like but that was back when like the one time they ever did a UI update.
Yeah.
Where we lost that side menu, and it took them like a day and a half to get rid of that.
That's true.
They were like, wait a tick. So now I'm just curious. We are in this weird place where we are starting to see draft picks no longer with team names, but now with actual numbers. We are seeing obviously these pro days that are about to kick up. I think Trevor Lawrence is throwing, was it this weekend? I think he might be throwing this weekend or next for Clemson because they're having 2 pro days. Not sure if you all saw that.
So many talented players.
One for Trevor Lawrence by himself, and then one for the rest of his players. But it is what it is. I'm just curious. So at this point, what excites you all most? What's got you jonesing in your leagues? Is it the trading aspect? Is it just the fact that you can see picks and it's a new year? Is it renewed hope? Is it trying to start new leagues or get into new leagues? What is doing it for you right now from a dynasty perspective?
Well, tomorrow I'll let you know when my elites are available.
Shots fired, man down.
I'm just kidding. Being a commission is such a thankless job. I'm looking forward to trading because I don't know anything about rookies, so I just want to trade.
I don't know what that is.
Fanatic.
Oh, look, Trade Addict 7 2021 site's up. Oh, wow. It's like it happened on its own. Like I didn't even do anything.
You know what?
Show me them picks.
Honestly, it wasn't going to matter to me one way or the other, but yeah, show me the picks. I'll start to, hey, if you're in that
This is a
league,
TA7 pod.
Yeah.
We should kick J Mike off of this pod and just have
I
a
can step
TA7.
away if y'all need a moment.
Yeah. Did you roll it over, Russie Poo?
I just hit the button right now because I was tired of everyone giving me a hard time, and
I
nobody seems to
wouldn't-
care that I'm going to cry myself to sleep.
I would start wondering in like June. I'd be like, I wonder if he rolled it over.
Yeah, me too. I really didn't have. I really don't.
When's the rookie draft again?
When's that rookie draft?
Did that happen? Was I on auto pick?
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got rookies. What?
I may as well be. I may as well.
Okay, so listen. How about this? I give you all 3-4 minutes tops. Don't get too crazy. I'm just gonna remove myself from the stream, and you all can talk all things TA7 or whatever you need to do.
No.
You don't need that. You don't need that time.
No.
Unless we make a trade like on air, then no.
Well, I have a co-manager, so that's probably not going to happen.
Well, he's
So
in the
me,
chat.
anyway.
He's in
Which
the
one of
chat.
you is contending?
I see him. Oh wait, shit! Damn it, J Mike.
None of us.
He might be.
You're
in
probably
the
looking
chat
at the four
somewhere.
bottom teams.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
You did it. I didn't
We
even
did better
know.
than Tyler and I did way better than we thought we would, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Which I love because I have the one.
That was funny. I was entertaining like how upset y'all were all year, like doing well.
We hit on rookie picks, and it was like, no, they're scoring points. Stop.
Yeah.
We had no quarterbacks, and we're still winning games. I'm like, no. Stop winning.
Got you, bro.
I caught myself. Okay, I exposed myself, and no, whatever.
Celebrate, Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Pop the top on something cold. But yeah, what else? What else is up in your leagues right now? Just because I think that the thing that I'm most excited about is the scouting stuff. Just because I've become one of those people that just needs to be getting my eyes, quote unquote film grinder.
Mm.
Can we talk about how good you and Zach were on the first? What do we call the dummies, like Hootenanny or the square dance or
The square dance.
Hootenanny. I just like to throw him alley oops. It's the Chris Paul to Blake Griffin in his prime. It's just
like seriously, like Zach's trying to get me to host that, and then I'm like, I'd love to, but I can't. And then I'm listening to you two, and I'm just like, what the hell would I say? This is I'm not coming on that show now because it's just like, holy shit, like yeah. And it's funny, it's like, hey, I'm Zach Reed, I'm the host, and then like that's the last thing he said as a host because you're just like, take a step back, Zach. Look, like let me show you how it's done, and then J Mike takes over, and it was fucking great.
It's just good to be able to see Zach get in his bag. He's absolutely fantastic.
All right, J Mike. When I hear the word Hootenanny, the first thing I think of is Ice Cube. It was a good day. I think that's the only rap song Hootenanny has ever been said in. So, just saying.
Hootenanny.
We better find that.
Can you spell
Kill the
Hootenanny?
Hootenanny.
Yeah. Can we do a draft of
Songs that have the word
Hootenanny?
hootenanny in it? Or you're gonna say songs that have hootenanny in it?
That's the only one I can think of.
Google real quick.
There's a
Go
new
ahead,
Taylor.
so-called chat. Try and spell it.
Oh, I got it.
Googling it.
I googled it.
There you go, Casey.
Cowards.
Lyrics.
My internet
I
won't
feel
allow
like-
me to do anything other than this. So
I feel like
To look it up.
Black Eye Joe has to say Hootenanny in it at least once or twice.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, yeah. Black Eyed Peas,
I don't think it
Cotton Eye
does. I
Joe,
think it's just Ice
whatever.
Cube. It was a good day. Hootenanny.
I thought he said something else in that song. I didn't think that those were that was his
something.
verbiage.
Big fat fanny and killed the Hootenanny.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought he said something a little different, but You know
Well,
what?
maybe this was the edited
Hootenanny is
version.
hilarious.
It could be the edited version. That is very true.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my god, that'd be such a good edit.
Yeah.
Man,
My favorite
I
edit
hate
of all
that.
time is Die Hard when he says
J Mike
he's
says,
a-
I think he said something different.
when he says Kippy Kaye mother effer, and on the TV edit it's like something Mr. Falcon or whatever on Die Hard that gets me every time.
No, you have to go watch Mallrats. Mallrats on
I've never seen it
TBS.
on TV.
It is so bad.
It's so good. 'cause
Mallrats,
it's so
great
bad.
movie.
Well, no, the movie is fantastic,
The
but
dubbed over
they
version.
purposely make it really bad,
Cheesy.
replacing the curse words. And I wish I could
Oh,
remember
yeah.
what some of them are off the top of
I
my
know what
head,
you're
but
talking
like
about, yeah.
it's really bad.
Kevin Smith just finished writing Mallrats 2, by the way.
Oh.
Looks like all right. Yeah, I'm allowed to say this. I felt on the big fat fanny,
Fanny. Yeah.
pulled out the jammy,
Oh.
and killed the punani.
The Hootenanny's the edit then.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
it's-
Hootenanny.
The
Oh
edit
my
to
God.
Hootenanny.
My favorite part of
MTV
that was
version.
J Mike wasn't willing to say what he thought it was.
I was very
No.
confident of what it
No,
was.
he's
I
so
thought it
knew
was, I
what
thought
it
it might have
was.
been Punani, not Punani.
Well, I was just, I know. Yeah.
Well, now
No.
that line will forever be "Kill the Hootenanny."
The Il Nana from Foxy Brown.
You're gonna be trying to be all like tough and street and shit. You be singing that song, and then all of a sudden you say
Pull out the
fucking
jammies, kill the Hootenanny. Yeah.
yeah,
MTV version.
slumber party.
J Mike,
yeah.
it's like when I said hoity-toity in that one intro. That's not what I said. I
Hoity
said something else.
toity.
Y'all don't even know.
Tighty whitey, hoity toity, whatever.
Tidy whitey, hoity toity.
Potato,
Why y'all
potato.
acting so hoity-toity?
That's
All right.
good. Oh my gosh.
That's equivalent to the hootenanny.
If anybody's here for
corny
90s
words
hip
out
hop
there.
references, I could do this all night.
I know that was good. I'm glad you brought that. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of how
That's
fucking
good.
how great is the what is it, a Geico commercial with tag team? There it is.
Ooh, there it is.
And those Geico commercials in general. man.
Chocolate.
I'm a fan.
That's another
Mom
one
and
here.
dad were getting it too. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
kind
doing
of
the kid and
focused.
play at the end.
Yeah, you're kind of focused on them doing
French
their
vanilla
thing,
cookie dough.
but they were bussing. They were bussing over there. I don't think they were actually bussing.
Listen.
Bus. I don't think they were doing that, but
Whoa. The
Dance party.
pause.
hey, Mike's seen a few of those.
Yeah, don't send waves near me. I get ignorant. Well, quick question. Because in that Geico commercial, what trips me out the most is the dad comes in and he's just got this look on his face like, who are these people in my home? And like, why is my wife dancing with them, singing a version of this? And then out of nowhere, like the J Rich flip switch, like he's just like going to town. Like
Gloria
I'm with it.
Estefan said it, man. Sooner or later, rhythm's gonna
The
get
J
you.
Rich flip switch.
The rhythm
Come
will
on.
get you.
I like that, Russ. I like that,
The
Russ.
Miami Sound Machine.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, baby, but me do that conga, no, any longer be. I could dance this whole time.
I just
This audio podcast is so awesome.
I miss the club.
No, but like, cause man, like when
I miss the club.
I miss the club
I miss the club, man.
and your little heart and your little with your little
well,
heart.
golly gee,
That's
I
right.
miss going to the clubs, boys. Like, you know. Like Whoop There It Is came out. Like I think I was in like 6th grade, and you just felt like the coolest person in the world.
It was like 93, probably 92.
Yeah, it was like jock jams and all that shit.
Yeah,
It was like Ride the Train came out with Quad City DJs.
Again, party on, party people. Let me hear some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, rejoice, and a party over here. Party over there. Wave your hands in the air. Shake it there. Yeah.
yeah.
That was like the Ride the Train, Whoop There It Is,
It was like
Rum
karaoke
Shaker.
open bar.
Like those are like all right in a row. That whole summer, I think those three songs came out. It was a
We were
crazy summer.
infatuated. We were infatuated.
Infatuated.
I miss the hootenanny in the club. That's what I mean.
In the club.
Uh,
That's gotta be your next.
Hootenanny.
That's gotta be your next
FF
song.
Hootenanny.
The
Come
next
on.
song you drop. FF Hootenanny.
the DHH
I
is
might
the
need to go.
Dynasty.
I might need to go scoop that
Hootenanny.
one.
FF Hootenanny.
Yo, I'm gonna start that
I
podcast.
died.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we just
I don't-
compare
and I-
prospects to 90s
And I don't
rappers.
care. Hootenanny. Here's this. I don't know.
His tight ends built like Mac 10.
Boy. All right. I don't know. What else? What else is there? Is there
You said about dynasty teams. So I would tell you in the off season, I don't do it in season. I wait till the leagues to reset and I take a deep, hard look at my team and I say, can I potentially compete? And I start to look at it. And now there's a lot of questions to be answered with draft picks, with free agency. But I try to get an early look and say, all right, is my team going to be a middle of the pack team? What do I need to happen for my team to compete if it's not built to compete? And then, like, how do I want to take my team in what direction? I take a brief look at it at the end of the season. But when the leagues start to roll over and those draft picks finally start to slot in, because I don't like to do the work. I don't like to look at standings. Just tell me where I'm at once the league rolls over. I'm lazy. I'll look at it and be like, all right, what am I gonna do if I've got draft picks and I start to look at these rookies and I'm like, all right, I got the 1-9, 110, and maybe a single QB league. Like, all right, well, can I get a piece that's going to help me this year if my team's built to compete? This is really start to have that conversation. And then you have to have the conversation on the other side of it, whereas, like, you know what? I don't think my team's got the juice, so I need to sell off some pieces and get some draft picks in a pretty decent class. So it's having that hard conversation with yourself and being like, all right, realistically, because I think we all hold out hopes for most of our teams, unless, you know, there's a team that's just like, I'm stockpiling picks and that's what we're doing. Like I've done in Bar Tab, and J Mike knows. So that's a team where it's like, I had nothing and I'm like, you know what, accumulate all the dollars and then hopefully hit on some rookie picks. And then I'll be ready to compete in like 2022. And that's just a clearly obvious strategy, but you really want to take a hard look at it and figure out where we're at. You also want to look at the market. I look at Twitter every single day. We were talking about it earlier, and I don't post much, but I read a ton. Like I will scroll until the scroll don't go no more. Like I'm taking in data. What players are being talked about, perception of values, and I'm like, wow, people really like this player more than I do. Like, all right, let me go shop him. Let me see what I can get for him. Because his name is hot in the streets. Now, if you start to hear the same name on Twitter over and over, the price is going to start to go up, regardless of what you might believe. So trying to use that to kind of manipulate the market a little bit in the off season, especially before and then after free agency. So a guy like, say, Gerald Everett signs with a team where he's the clear-cut starter, he's in a good situation, and his value just went up. And maybe I got Gerald Everett for a third-round throw-in pick, and now I'm going to try to sell him at a highly perceived maximum value. Because, like, hey, maybe on the field, I think he's okay, but he's not going to be what everyone thinks he's going to be in this new situation. So trying to kind of test the market that way and try to gain some profits if I have a team that needs to rebuild, I guess is kind of what I'm looking at. So there's a lot of pieces. You know, I'm in 8 or 9 dynasty leagues, so it's a lot of work to go through and do all these things, but it can pay off. And, you know, the thing to remember is you're not always going to win every deal. You know, there's been deals where I've traded players away. I traded Kyler Murray and TJ Hawkinson for Baker Mayfield, like in their rookie years. That didn't work out, and I'm okay with it. Like things happen, but I've also made profits in deals too. So I think if you have an opinion or a conviction on a player, just don't get take luck on it and be flexible if the price is right, is really important in the dynasty offseason. So I've been fallen victim of I'm not going to trade David Njoku for anything. And now he's not worth anything. So don't be that guy.
Raise your hand. Yeah, no, me right there. I'll go with you there. I'm such a coward. Everyone, look at me. I'm a coward. All right, this guy. I feel like in my time playing Dynasty, that I am afraid of losing trades. Often I feel like the other side is always trying to dupe me, you know, especially when I'm playing with good players, like literally in TA7.
Swimming with sharks, man.
No, I know when I see trade, and this is specifically to TA7. Look, are you listening, TA7? Are you listening?
I'm right here.
You got half of us right here. So yeah,
when you throw me your trades, I'm like, Are these guys serious? Are they do they think I'm just a little, Dory here, a little Nemo? Like what's the beef, Bruce? Huh? Why are you coming at me like that? All right.
Fish are not food.
And that's what I have to think of, that fish are not food. All right.
Fish-
Maybe
we're friends.
maybe
We're not
maybe we
friends.
could be mutual. I feel like I could go back and forth a little, not just TA7, but that was just since we're all here with TA7 people. Is what I was thinking about. But I'm a coward, man. There it is. I said it. I want to try to interact a little bit more, be able to give and take. I've certainly, I feel like I'm one to have trades accepted versus me accepting trades. Y'all ever feel that way, where you're putting you require to for the lack of a better term, put out than to take in.
Whoa.
The open bars
Yes,
back, baby.
Bussin'.
Lord.
But again, first of all, I think we need to acknowledge. I feel like we just had a breakthrough on this show. You admitted to being. I don't even know if I should say it. If I'm qualified to say it, to some degree, like a trade coward.
Yep, that's me. FF trade coward.
I feel like
You got the hair of the
FFTC.
cowardly lion going on. You got the.
I feel like that was a big moment. That was a big moment. Do you feel better admitting that to your league mates and to our listeners and the folks that rock with us? Do you feel like a weight off of your shoulders now?
I do feel better personally. I feel like it took a while. I think there's an ego attached to it. There's a stigma attached to the bun. Maybe it's because my hair's down. I don't know, but
I've got those
I'm a
gun
coward.
shy Gabe vibes before when we've talked about trades.
Yep.
I'm gonna call you gun shy Gabe.
Yeah.
Gunshot game. GSG.
Pew, pew.
Put that pea shooter away. Get you a real gun, boy. And you live in Texas? Come on. Bars for days.
You motherfucking power.
And originally from Montana, like the two manliest states.
Give me an axe and a desert eagle. Let's go.
Desert eagle, is that a bird? Or
It's an eagle in the desert, I believe.
Because when your gun, my gun says Desert Eagle .50, and your gun says replica down the side. Anyone?
It's got an orange tip on the front. What's up with that?
I don't know what that's from, Russ, but it makes me laugh either way.
Hatch. The movie's so good.
What is it from?
Movie.
Hatch. The kind of sequel to Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah,
with,
that's with Jason Statham.
Oh,
it was in it.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Hey, you like Dags? You like Dags? Seriously, go watch Snatch. Great fucking movie.
oh, I hit the wrong one. This is the one.
Man gunshot.
Man, gun shy. Nice.
Jeez, look at all these.
I like both of those a lot. So whoa, Tyler.
Tyler
Yeah.
does have a van. There's no
That's your
windows in the
partner.
back of it
This is
either.
where it went from fantasy
That's your
football to
partner.
this Tyler's fantasy. So we're not doing this shit.
We all just live in Tyler's fantasy. Let's be
We're
honest.
all just
Really?
living
I
Tyler.
mean, dang. So Doug, I do want to go back to something that you said earlier in your, I guess, lack of a better word, your monologue, your off-season monologue, because that was really, like, you said a lot of really good stuff. Like it was a lot for me to chew on, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. FFP shootout.
All right, one more, and then I'm gonna let you go.
Oh, nice. Well done, D bro. So Doug, let me and this is really for everyone. Do you all, like, has there ever been an off season where you've completely flipped from kind of cellar dweller type team to, all right, yes, I'm seriously contending? Have you all ever made that flip in and off in one, excuse me, Russ, I'm sorry, in one 9-point scoring season? Have you all done that?
Yeah, I did it. I took over a league in a league that's run by Tyler. It's a comic book league, and I took over an orphan, and I was in.
Was it
I had a lot
Batman?
of, no, That would have been funny. I was Thanos, and then I got last place, and then I had to change my team name so no one can ever use Thanos again because I was snapped away. So I took over the league. I ended up finishing in last place, and I had some good players, just injuries and whatnot. And I was like, you know what, whatever. And I looked at the core of my team and said, man, I have a good core of this team. So I went and I made some trades in the offseason, sent some young players for some proven studs, and I won the league this year in my second year in the league. So it can be done, but it was that hard conversation. Thank you. It was that hard conversation of like realistic looking at my team and saying, all right, Adam Thielen was hurt. Juju was hurt. This other player was hurt. George Kittle was hurt. Like, I've got the pieces, and I made some moves at running back. I ended up drafting Jonathan Taylor, which helped out. I traded for Miles Sanders and Russell Wilson. I had Dak Prescott go down with an injury, and he was my second QB in a 2 QB league. And I'm like, you know what? I still think I can win it this year. So I traded Dak with Tyler and a pick for Deshaun Watson because I'm like, you know what? This is my window. Like, I'm still going to try and get it. And I ended up winning. But it was one of those things where looking at the team, sometimes they can be deceiving. You look at the roster of players and you say, man, this team is good. All I need is them to be relatively healthy. I need to add some depth in these couple of spots. And I traded away probably 2 years of my future to get Dalvin Cook. I got DeAndre Hopkins. And like I said, I traded Dak and a pick for Deshaun Watson because I was in contend mode. But you know what, to me is like, it's worth it. I won some money. I get my name on a belt, and I'll still compete next year because it's a contract year league. So I still have these guys under contract. I traded for Allen Robinson was another one. So it's like I might have mortgaged my younger future, but I'm going to be competitive for this past year and then probably the next year and maybe 2022. I mean, a lot of things can change. But yeah, so it can be done, but it's tough. You really have to kind of go and get after it. And that's kind of what I did. I was really aggressive, seeking out players that could put me over the top.
Yeah, see, I worst to first it in the easiest possible was by drafting Saquon.
Nice.
I mean, clearly there was more to it than that, but having the 101, earning the 101, getting Saquon, and then I think I traded for like everyone that just worked out perfectly. Devontae Adams.
Nice.
And it was a fucking 1 QB league, and I had Watson and Mahomes on my team. Like, yeah, it's more luck than anything else being able to go on that far of a swing. But Doug's right. Like, it's really, if you have a decent core to your team and some superfluous people that have more value than they'll give production, you can swing a team pretty easily. I mean, maybe not getting from worst to first, and I mean, winning a championship is super luck when it comes down to it in the end. But like making your team good, if you have an active enough league, which is always, the caveat, because if no one's trading, then it's impossible to do anything. But
there's nothing more frustrating than that.
Yeah, which is also why I left that league after I won it, because just no one did anything. I felt like it's one of my biggest mic drop moments in fantasy football. I went back to back and just like, nah, I'm done. But yeah, like you can, if you decide to turn it around, if you have 2-3 good pieces, like right now, TA7, my team is awful. I earned the 101, but I have the 101 and I have Kyler Murray. I could probably take those 2 pieces and build half a contending team just out of those 2 trades themselves. Mm-hmm. If you want to do it, you absolutely can. It's all just a matter of having the right league with the right league mates and being ballsy enough. And no, I'm not talking UDPL. That I did not worst to first in that one.
I went from first 2 years ago to worst. So the flip side. I'll be back in 2021 though. I got confidence.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey, Casey, do you have any rags to riches stories?
Nope.
Or are you in the midst of
let's see. No, there was riches to riches this year, and a couple of.
Well,
and
one that
I'm just gonna.
Can you call year 1 of a league rags to riches? Like everyone was rags in the beginning, and then Casey won. So
I did win a league. I feel so excited about that. No, but I really am, because even Russ changed the league name and everything because because I won.
Well, at first it was definitely not a new league, because I definitely wasn't going to create a new league last year, and I definitely did not.
And I definitely wasn't going to be in another league.
Exactly. And Chris Allen was definitely not in the league. The team name is even not Chris Allen, so it's not him.
Knockers Allen.
and so anyone but him, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, what it was? Oh yeah, Dynasty Awesome Sauce with my homies is what you called it. So I'm like, yeah, we're changing the name of the league to that now. Like that's just the greatest name ever.
That's quite the feather in the cap to be able to win the first year of the league, and then because of your impact, you basically name the league.
Yeah.
I mean, one day it's going to be like a wing at a hospital, or maybe like a building at a college named after me. So I'm just starting. You start
gotta
small.
start somewhere.
You got to build yourself up. So one day.
I thought you were gonna say like a wing flavor. I thought that's where you were going.
Oh.
I thought you went-
An awesome sauce wing
I'm
flavor.
actually- yes.
because
Buffalo
exactly.
Wild Wings right now.
I know. I was right
Oh,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, hot wings.
I need some of that KC barbecue, baby. So
KC barbecue. I love it.
KC awesome sauce.
Oh shit. All right.
KC
Circle.
awesome
Brown
sauce.
sugar.
If I could cook, I'd make that right now. Come on, let's do it. Market it.
Some sauce.
Tap
Man.
Network exclusive. KC awesome sauce.
Wing,
Yep.
wing stop.
Who's better at going full circle, It's the open bar, man. Come on.
Come on,
What do you
man.
do?
It is what
Who
we
are the-
do.
Who are those guys out? Who are those circle guys out there?
Joining the circle.
Join the cult. No, join the open bar.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a movie like about social
I'm just
media with
kidding,
like Tom
guys. I love
Hanks
you
in it or
guys.
something? I don't even know. The Circle. That was a Tom Hanks movie, right?
Oh yeah, Emma
don't know.
Watson.
Yeah.
Right?
I never
I
saw it, but
never
I just
saw it
remember
either.
it. My stupid sponge
I heard
brain
it sucked or
remembers dumb
something,
things.
but, oh, like whatever.
Listen.
Should we stop the show and look this up? What is it? What is
We're
it?
gonna watch it.
Called
We're
The
just gonna watch
Circle.
it. It's called The Circle. It's got
The Circle. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks and Emma Watson's in it, and I don't know.
Oh, right. Isn't Tom Hanks in some like really weird, like bad movies? Even in the past, like not just newer.
He doesn't have
movies.
many though. I mean, if you want to go way back, like he was in some bad movies like before he got famous.
Please say the 101 of his bad movie.
The Mannequin.
He was
Hey.
He was in Bachelor Party back in the day.
Do not
That's-
call Bachelor Party a bad
That's not the
movie.
101.
It's not a bad
I'm
movie.
just naming
not the
I love
movies from
Bachelor
back
Party.
in the day. Like pretty pig.
Joe versus
Um,
the Volcano wasn't very good.
No,
That's
that was
true,
not.
but
Very
that's
good.
like that's like
I don't know
a
any fucking movies. Tom Hanks.
that reminds me of like a it's kind of like a cult classic though. Joe
That was
versus the
before
Volcano.
Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail, right? I think that
Oh,
was
yes.
like
Yeah.
the
Yes.
Those are fine.
that was the lead
Those-
up to good rom coms.
Right.
Tom.
So my 101 for Tom Hanks bad movies.
Ooh.
Toy Story. Just kidding.
Yo, I will throw
Green.
something through this screen.
What if I said
I'm in New Jersey, wherever the hell you are, New England. It's not that far away.
Tommy. What is Tommy doing?
Drive somewhere and slap you.
Oh yeah.
Look.
What was that movie where he was like that foreign guy that got stuck in the airport?
Oh
of,
yeah.
Terminal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Terminal.
First of all, that law that's not real. So
Ooh.
like screw that. But like that movie was just so bad. Like that is probably the only bad
never
Tom
saw
Hanks
it.
movie I could really think of.
Try-
I was
This
working
is
in the
the
movie
one.
theater around then, so I saw every single movie ever. Castaway was good.
No,
Castaway was bad.
that's not it. And it's just quotable too, like it.
But like if anything
Even
else, you
if
have to give him
He's been
credit.
in it.
Even if you don't like it, like Wilson,
The Bur-
like
I think
he's
Wilson
still
No,
good,
hold
yeah.
on. We need to talk about Bob right now because he just said The Burbs was rough.
No.
No,
The Burbs is a classic.
The Burbs is freaking great.
Mm.
right.
I don't
Money,
know, I haven't
Money
seen it in a while.
Pit was
Does
an
it still
early Tom Hanks
hold up?
movie, and that wasn't bad. Money
I
Pit
know I
wasn't too
saw
bad
it, but I
either.
don't remember it at all.
Let me see if this hits with y'all then. If this is because
Mm.
y'all haven't
James,
said it yet.
Sleepless in
You've said
Seattle
it.
was good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. It might be like bottom 10, but it's not.
But
Meh.
the commercial success takes it off the
it's
list.
fine. It's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does. It does things. Okay, this is my 101 though, and y'all haven't said it yet. And this is look, the wife is asleep right now, so I'm only allowed to say this when said wife is asleep. But the 101 of bad Tom Hanks movies.
Say it. Don't say it.
Turner and Hooch.
No, getting out of here. No.
You're talking to Casey, and you say a movie with a dog. As
Also,
one of the
movies that
stars.
make you
Look,
cry.
But they did Hooch. They did Hooch.
They did him
bad.
wrong. They did him wrong.
That
but
was
Carl
a bad
Winslow's in
dog
that
movie.
motherfucking movie.
That
was a movie I could see being
I gotta flip this. No,
being told on what's that how did this get made?
Oh, the podcast?
Podcast propping other podcasts.
that's a
This
good
is
movie.
the open bar.
I haven't seen it since I was like 5 or whenever it came out.
Exactly. Watch it now.
Yeah. How about Big? How about Big? He's a
Big's
child.
Big's good.
He's a
Dude,
child.
Big is good.
and
Big
he's
is a classic.
And he's
Big
fucking
is
an
great,
adult
but he is
lady.
also like a 9-year-old that
He's
absolutely
fucking
has sex
an
with a grown
adult
woman.
lady, and we're like,
I
yeah,
mean,
way to go, Tom Hanks.
Wow.
8-year-old self. Yeah, get you some.
Passionate, Gunth.
I feel like Casey came in hot with that 102 right there with Big. I mean, she was.
I like Big. Like Big, I don't know if it holds up. I don't know if it holds up.
It does.
But the piano that they jump on, that's cool. That's cool. But like not jumping on the bed together and then fucking. I can't. Wow. Sorry. I can't.
Let me just tell you something,
enough is
Casey.
enough.
Don't go see Harold and Maude. Just avoid that.
Okay, I wasn't
If-
going to, but okay.
What about
if the
Cloud
age difference
Atlas?
in
That was
Big
pretty
bothers
bad.
you?
That's true,
Oh.
but the thing with Cloud Atlas is that should be good. Like the idea is at least good. It just wasn't done well. That I think that's the issue for me. Like Lord of the Rings could have been bad, but they did it well. And like Cloud Atlas is a good story at least. So, so I think we all agree that it's Turner and Hooch. Great. I'm glad that we
yes,
could
we
come
all
to
agree.
this. I know.
agree.
This is great.
Yes.
This
Great.
is great.
Perfect.
Having fun.
I think the correct answer was said much earlier about AB.
What'd you say?
Angels
I
and
forgot about
Demons.
Lady Killer.
That one
I never
was-
saw
that
it.
was- you're right.
Yeah, I never
That
even
might be-
saw that. So
I'll say that's
it's
bottom 5.
automatically on the
That's
list.
bottom
then.
5. You're right.
Because that was the one that was after Da Vinci Code, right? Like it was supposed to be like the number
Yeah.
2 in line. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan. I enjoyed Da Vinci Code. I thought that was pretty interesting film.
Yeah.
But then they came back with this one. I was like, oh no, dog.
I didn't read or watch either of those.
I didn't either.
Anyway, that is my positive 103. But I was just about to say I don't know many bad Tom Hanks movies.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
But
Or I
also
haven't
don't-
seen
also
them.
don't see it. Yeah, I think that's the other thing. I haven't seen it. But Russ, real quick, before we run away from Toy Story too far, we had I played a game at work today, and I asked the folks. It's a bunch of new hires, and I asked them the classic. Excuse me, the new Gen Z classic game. One's got to go.
Mhm.
And it was one that was already pre-put together, and the films were. And I feel like I know what this group is going to say. I have a different answer, but anyway, the films were Lion King, Finding Nemo, Toy Story, or Inside Out. One's got to go. Which one's got to go for you all?
Say them one more time.
Lion King, Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Inside Out.
I feel like Inside Out was probably the most common answer, and that hurt.
I've never
Inside Out,
seen
out of-
Inside Out.
Out
So
of 22 people, Inside
I
Out
don't have
got
any kids.
17 votes.
That's the
You
wrong
don't need
choice.
kids to watch
I
Pixar
agree.
movies.
Inside
I
Out's
know.
probably
That
the most intelligent movie that
no, I've heard only
Disney
good
has
things
made
about it.
ever.
I've only heard
Like, by
it
a
just doesn't
lot.
come up in conversation when we're scrolling through Netflix. It's not like
Go,
Or, excuse me, Disney
seriously,
Plus
watch
or whatever.
Inside Out. It's
Soul
so
had some
good.
Inside Out vibes.
Like,
Listen, I'm so glad to be amongst adults again. This is great. Keep going. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Wait, no, hold on.
It's tough
Gabe.
with Lion King and Toy Story.
live action Lion
Versus-
King can go away.
All the live action
Ooh.
remakes can go away.
Dang,
It's tough with
oh.
and Nemo's kind of dated too, but it's in between. And Inside Out's kind of later. So, but it's tough to put like Toy Story and Lion King are like classics. So I feel like the moment that people hear those, they're like, oh, we have to keep them, you know, and they don't even like think about it. And then they just go forward, and it's probably going to be between Nemo and Inside Out for most people. And then because Inside Out's just newer, literally not as much of a classic. And I mean, Casey, you haven't seen Inside Out, right?
I haven't
and
seen
people,
Inside Out.
I feel like people maybe have not even seen it as much.
I'll
too.
put it down on the list.
Yes,
Hey,
you
that's
should
what we're doing for
absolutely watch it.
Valentine's
you
Day. We're
absolutely
gonna
have to
watch
see that.
Inside Out for Valentine's
See,
Day.
look,
Yeah.
Gunth is kicking out Inside
No.
Out, and
He's not an intellectual,
and
so
his,
that's
his
no, we need-
exactly his
talk
101
to
for Tom
Tyler
Hanks
for a
movies is
second.
Turner and Hooch. Okay,
Tyler's saying
FOH.
Toy Story 4 is better than the other three. I'm gonna say it. Toy Story 4 was bad. Besides Forky, there was nothing good about that movie.
trash.
They
I thought
forced
that's where you were going, J. Mike. Is
they forced
leave one
that
out
movie
of those
so
four.
hard that I did not see any appeal to it whatsoever.
I haven't seen any of the Toy Stories past the second one, so sorry.
That's
I mean,
honestly-
blasphemy.
three. Oh my god! I straight up embarrassed myself in the theater watching 3.
3 was the feels. It tugged at the feels.
Packed theater, because of course I'm seeing it opening night. Most of it's children. I was ugly crying towards oh god, it was bad. It was oof. Oh
So,
man.
yeah. So which one? So for you all, between those 4 films, what's got to go?
Tyler,
I
what
mean-
is wrong with you?
Honestly, for me. Oh, you guys.
Doug, you have
don't
one
have the
chance
answer.
right now. You can go live on the open bar Tuesdays, 9:30 Eastern ish with the commish right next door, and you can say, "I do not want Tyler Gunther on my team anymore for TA."
Tyler's, he's a simple Minnesotan.
You know-
Give him any intellectual properties where he has to think, and he's like, it just goes downhill from there.
He went 0 for 3 in like
since you're in
4
the
of
chat,
these
here's the
messages.
deal. I'm tired of I have to consult with my partner because
Yeah.
Tyler.
That was kind of going to be my point, Kyle. That was going to be my Kyle point.
I've been leaning Nemo because there's a lot of things in that movie that annoy me.
Ellen DeGeneres.
I quote that so much though. Like I don't.
The
Yeah,
mom
like
died.
asking me to get rid of
I
Disney
quote-
movies is fucking and Pixar movies is
That-
just like can we
I
put
mean,
the Cars
you
2 in
kill
there?
a family member off at the very beginning of the movie.
Oh, Cars 2 is awful.
Can we can we put that in there because that's like the easy? Let's just
No,
get rid of it.
no, Russ. And this
If
is
anybody
exactly
says
why I
anything
thought
bad
of
to
you.
say about Wally, I'll beat
So
them.
I've never seen Wally.
Oh,
Wally is phenomenal.
Casey.
Do
right,
you have
Casey,
I'm
Disney
not
Plus?
a Disney adult. I'm not a Disney
Tier
adult.
1
We're gonna
Pixar
say
film,
goodnight.
Wally. Maybe the best in my opinion. I'd
There's
really have
like
to sit
no
down and think
talking
about it.
in that movie, and my 5 and 7-year-old sat through it and loved
It's
it.
a beautiful movie.
Like that's how good it is.
with a big message
Ca-
that is very
Yes.
relevant.
I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all guys.
Onward was fucking amazing, Tyler. That's like the smartest thing you've said this entire time. But no, Casey,
Onward was
after
good.
we hang up, get in your car, start
Yeah.
driving. So
Yeah.
when you get here and it's Friday, because it's going to take you that long to drive here,
Yes.
we will
Make a note.
spend entire weekend of Disney Plus, and that's what we're going to do.
I mean, probably not this weekend, but yeah, one weekend soon. Sounds
She
great.
I just got blown off live on the open bar, guys.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I got to give blood on Saturday and Valentine's Day and such. I
She
mean,
said I gotta give blood.
Oh shit! Is it bad that I just forgot that it's Valentine's Day coming up?
Yo, that's
Yes.
wild. She hit you with the "I gotta give blood" as the excuse.
Yeah, she's scratching her head too.
Yo, I got laundry to do. I can't.
Yeah, wash my hair.
What's the worst?
I gotta donate plasma.
Get out of something. I gotta donate plasma.
Yo, they're paying cash though.
It takes a long time, but I mean, it's worth it. And then I can take you up on your offer because I'll have gas money. There you go.
That can be a draft, J Mike.
What's that?
What do you say to get out of something, and what is the player equivalent that you get out of drafting?
That's our outro tonight, then.
Uh,
But we can't even get to that because Russ thinks that he's just gonna slide his way out from answering this question. I'm not letting this go. I told you.
shit.
I literally,
He's holding him accountable. I love it.
when
Whoa.
listen, you don't understand, Russ.
Yep.
You literally entered my mind and did not leave for the entire segment. I said, I wonder what Russ is going to say about this. I have to remember to ask him tonight. And I almost forgot until we got the Toy Story comments and talking about Tom Hanks. And then it hit me again. You cannot log off tonight without answering. One's got to go. You have to choose one. Lion King, Finding Nemo, Toy Story, or Inside Out. One's got to go, Russ. Doug says Inside Out. Casey hasn't seen Inside Out. Gabe, I think Gabe said he was going with Finding Nemo. Was that your final answer, Gabe?
I was going to go with Nemo.
I think I would. It's
Finding
tough,
Nemo
but I
for Gabe?
think I would.
Stop this bullshit that Finding Dory's better.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about
Right.
that. That might
never
be
seen
like
that.
something I'd come up with to like make myself feel better. But I don't know if that's true.
Rush, you are doing your best Leslie Nope filibustering right now, and I don't appreciate it. You keep trying to,
Which is why I
steer away
can't
from
get rid of it. That's one of the reasons I can't get rid of Inside Out. Is just Amy Poehler's fucking perfect in that movie.
All right, so there's 3 answers left. 3 options left. Excuse me. What are you going to choose? One's
to
gotta
rule
go.
them all.
To rule them all. In the movie trailer voice.
You can
Lion.
only pick one.
Lion
I
King.
didn't realize I was coming onto the open bar to get tortured. That's
On a
all, that's all I need.
podcast where people drink booze and you can only pick one to delete from the rest of the field. What is it going to be, Russ?
I can't, Russ. You have to choose one. You
Now.
gotta choose one. You've grinded the open bar to a halt, and what you say is gonna be on wax
Gun to your head.
forever.
Who knew this was going to have to be
Gun to your
the
head.
most crazy
He shoot it to
question
your
that you
head.
ever have to answer?
Pew 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 pew
Effort, you shoot it to
5,
your head.
4.
World's gonna blow up, Russ.
Mm-hmm.
World's gonna blow up,
I'm
Russ.
going to say probably the most unpopular thing and said, I'll get rid of the Lion King.
I knew he'd
I'm
say.
fine with that.
I knew he'd say it.
I just you would. This
That's
is
not my
there's-
king.
That's another
That's not my
reason
king,
why
J-Mike.
I'm not
That's
coming
not my
there.
king.
I'm not coming there this weekend. Sorry, you don't.
Oh,
Give me a new commish.
No, don't get. I
Give me a
fucking
new
love the
commish.
Lion King, but it's just.
No, you don't, because you got rid of it, you bitch.
Oh damn!
Dang.
Fucking nerve.
I'm
New
just kidding,
commish.
Russ.
New commish.
Man down, man down.
I
Get this man Mufasa up out of here. Come on.
I'm just kidding. It's the low blood sugar. Maybe I can't get blood on Saturday.
Crazy.
I'm
Yeah, all of
sorry.
a sudden.
You're only
All
gonna
of
give
I'm
me
a
half price.
woman. What do you want? I'm a woman, right? Isn't that what Twitter's a buzz about? I'm a woman. What can I say? I got opinions.
You're not dragging me into that one, Casey. Good try.
Well, you know what?
Nope.
Never mind. I'm not even sorry. All right, I love everybody.
Do you want to
Russ, you're not a
elaborate?
bitch. I'm sorry. I only. Can I tell
I
you
was
guys-
also kidding. You're the best commish I've ever had in my entire
Yes.
life. Like you
Although
and
my
Bosch,
family
but,
thinks your name is Jake, but whatever.
and I still think your name's Rich sometimes. But I'm Richener. Do you want to elaborate on that, or is just Lion King?
He changed his mind.
no, like I. Just, it's the only movie of those 4 that is not an original story, and
That is true.
it's
Okay. You like
So-
Vanilla Ice? That's not a freaking original song.
Well, that's not a song; it's an actual
Dun
artist.
dun dun
Well, I
dun
mean,
dun
well,
dun.
has he not been on the show before where my switch flips? Okay, anyway, let's keep going.
oh see, Jam, I can't do that.
That was so hard. I had to concentrate, and I was doing it off screen for
Is
like
that
10
right?
seconds.
No, that's something else. Never mind.
No, that yeah, we don't do that on the screen.
Yo.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, ultimately, yeah. And this is the killer right here, Russ. How are you going to look your daughter in the eye now? From
Yeah.
Bob
Right?
Dylan?
For the win.
Basically, the Mufasa Simba scene. I mean,
Yo,
she's gonna let you go.
Mm.
Everything
I-
that the sun
If there
touches
is
sun
one
yours.
person in my family that saw me hanging of a cliff and then would walk up to me, dig their nails into me, and say, "Long live the king," it would be my daughter. I am terrified of that girl.
Oh,
Like she would absolutely like play, one little piggy, two little piggies, three little piggies, like as my fingers slowly start like.
I like how Chef put the ghost of Mustafa. Will haunt your dreams.
We knew what you were going for, James, but yeah, that's
We
fine.
got you.
Mustafa.
Mustafa. FF Mustafa.
FF Mustafa.
Mustafa.
I ain't mad at it.
Yes. So
All right,
many
Gabe.
FFs.
But no, like hold on. If you take out the songs,
God.
That's right.
I love
Like,
this.
you
Right,
got Timon
right.
and Pumbaa, and then what else? Like that's
Russ.
not the movie. What else do
Circle
you
of
have?
Life.
That's not
Jonathan
the take.
Taylor Thomas.
I think
obviously.
Elton John won a Grammy for that soundtrack.
This is
Yeah,
the
exactly.
equivalent of if you take away his 90-yard runs.
Yeah.
If you take
Yeah, his
away-
yards per carry are only 3.2.
Look, I'm telling you, go listen to. Like, I don't know if you've ever actually listened to my show before, J Mike. I will absolutely 100% admit and say I will use any stat as long as it fits my narrative.
Shots
And that's exactly what I'm
fired.
doing right. Yards per carry, that is shit. Wait, no, it helps my argument. Yards per carry is the most important stat you can use for a running back. So yeah, 100%. It helps my
taking that
argument. I'm
clip.
going to use it.
Fine.
Freezing cold takes.
You're not a bitch, by the way. I love you.
No,
Sorry, I hurt
that's
your
gonna,
feelings.
that is I was going to haunt my dreams. That those words
I'll make
being
it up to
yelled
you
at
on
me.
my road trip when I come to visit you.
the internal torture that you just went through, Russ. I didn't
You
know.
look like he was like having like the shakes.
Yeah,
I think it would be hard to let Lion King go just based off the soundtrack.
facts. That.
It would be because the other three movies don't have.
I mean, Finding
musical
Nemo can
value,
go.
really.
Yeah, Finding Nemo.
I
can
think
go.
they have better. I will give you
I mean,
this.
Toy
I think
Story's
that-
got some music.
You got a friend in me.
Drunk Randy Newman.
Randy Newman does not count as
I
music.
mean,
I'm sure he won
you take away-
something. For that.
Boo. Let's
If you take-
on open bar and I see you.
if you take away, you've got a friend in me. I mean, what kind of soundtrack does Toy Story really have?
Exactly.
We
Russ?
don't need a
Yeah, it
soundtrack.
doesn't.
That's not. There's plenty of other Disney songs that I could be going along singing.
Ooh, the Bing
with.
Bong song is good. In Inside
Who's
Out.
your
But
friends that like to play
That's the
Bing
thing is
Bong,
that
Bing
Lion
Bong.
King does. I mean, just purely out of all Disney movies, probably has one of the best soundtracks.
When you put it together, yeah, but I don't.
Look,
That's
this
never
line,
a song. That's never
Slander?
really.
It did spawn the most successful Broadway play of all time.
Yeah. Not to mention they remade it and made some other dope music to go along with it. I don't know if you've heard of Beyonce, but
Who?
I didn't like that. Like, I feel like Donald Glover and Beyonce were wasted in that movie. Like,
yeah, I wasn't necessarily
Lion
going to
King
go
I
there,
always
but you know,
wanted.
Beyonce.
the
Drunk
two of them
Simba.
in a movie together should be fucking magic, and there was zero
Yeah.
magic in that
I know.
movie.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I earlier in the day, I had just to be fair to you, Russ. Earlier in the day, when I got to the end of this game with everyone and tallied everything up, I ended up choosing Toy Story as the one that's got to go. And then I thought about it some
I could
more.
never.
I thought about it some more, and then I think I land with Gabe in that if one has got to go, it's probably Finding Nemo. But Finding Nemo's really good too. Like they're all obviously fantastic films, right? So it's really difficult to say, hey, one of y'all split.
Like,
But-
I remember. Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
No, I was just going to close with like you couldn't pay me to say Lion King, and seeing, and this is what I was telling them earlier, like the people I was talking with about this earlier, like seeing Inside Out as an adult, like you can't tell me this isn't one like just an absolutely fantastic film, period. Like just in general. So I think that Nemo's probably got to be the one. But you go ahead. Sorry.
I remember seeing Toy Story for the first time in the movie theater, and people nowadays like probably don't realize it's like it's tough to appreciate stuff that came first. Like no one, like kids these days, like they probably don't realize that that Toy Story was literally the first movie that was completely computer generated.
Yep.
Like, and I remember in that theater staring with my jaw on the ground the entire time. Like, because everything about that movie was perfection, you know, down to every single voice they picked in that movie is perfect. And just how beautiful it all looked. It was just
there's something to be said about that, Russ, because like when you saw Toy Story in the theater, like you said, it was the first all digital, and it was something new. And the thing is, with the generation now, like there's been moments in cinematic history.
Time like that.
Blasphemy.
What happened?
Look at
Look
this
at the screen that's scrolling
fake
across the
news.
bottom.
Oh, nice. I wasn't paying attention to that. So in cinema, so you had Toy Story, which was a revolutionary thing. You had The Matrix. You had Avatar. These are all movies where it's like, this is the first time you've ever seen this. Even Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I was listening to the rewatchables, and phenomenal episode. Terminator 2 Judgment Day, like when you saw that in the theater, it was like, whoa, this is stuff I have never seen before in my life. And we are just in a point in maybe the last handful, 10 years, we haven't had anything that's been like a revolutionary, like new thing. So, and Toy Story was one of those things. So
100%,
for me, it's like, you can't get rid of Toy Story just because it paved the way for greatness for Disney and Pixar and DreamWorks and all these other companies after it. Like, it's pretty much like the father of all digital family movies.
That's valid. That's valid. I can't shake that. Dang, Nemo. Hate to see Nemo go like that.
And Nemo's a great movie, but I think out of these four, it's the...
That's three. That's three. Casey, did you say, or I didn't hear Casey.
I
say
haven't
Nemo?
seen Inside Out, so like it's not fair.
We can't necessarily.
I mean, honestly, out of the three
based
that
off
I
of our
have seen,
opinion on it,
I mean,
that's really
out
all
of
you
the three
need.
that I've seen, I'd probably say Finding Nemo out of the three, just because
Out of
like
the three,
that's the least. I think I've seen it like once. So sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm not hating on it. Promise.
And that's the point of the whole these Gen Zers.
With their
making us
and their
hate something.
hating
Come
side
on.
part.
My lawn.
Damn straight. Damn kids.
Damn kids. I'll
I
tell
have
you
no
what.
work ethic. I don't want to work hard. Just give me everything.
Seriously, I don't want to work hard. Just give me everything.
Dude, that is the
But for
mantra,
real,
dude.
though.
That is like, if I could stay at home and just like chill and you paid me, nobody's gonna say no to that. So let me be those little kids.
I'm here for it. Gabe, I think this is a good time to introduce your outro draft that you just chose.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's a good time to do the intros because we just sort of skipped over that. So I thought we are starting the show now.
That's what I thought we were doing. I was like, wow.
Good time to do the intros. All right, let's get this shit started.
Yep.
Hey, my internet's working fine now. Yay.
I know. You never know when the intros will come. But the outros will definitely be there at some point.
Make up for it.
Okay. I don't even remember what I said. What did I say? Y'all remember?
There was the Aaron Rodgers stand-in and
right.
We kind of
the nose.
We're going full
mask.
circle here.
Oh yeah, and Andy Reid
face mask.
Yeah. What is that?
There was one you just. There was one you just said.
I just said though that you. Okay. What do you do to get out of something?
Doing something.
What is? Yeah. What is your line to get out of something? And what is that? That saying's equivalent to a player when you're. It's a value in the draft or whatever, and you're like, oh, I just have to take Tom Brady in this 10th round of this super flex. The value. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Something like that, right? I don't know. Okay. What do you say to get out of something and give me an equivalent to a player that you're maybe avoid? And this can be rookie. Could be rookie already if you're ready for that. I don't think we're ready for that. Are we ready for that? Or just a regular old player. I don't have any ADP up. I don't know. It's February. Who cares? So
hashtag team slow draft, right, Russ?
Come on.
I'll give you
February.
Just take we could take 5 months to do this. Do the 101 now, and then just each month we'll bring the same guests on and do the 102.
Run it back.
And J Mike and I get a few months to think about it. That's great.
I think I got one, Gabe. I think I have one prepared.
Okay, 101, Doug.
So for me to get out of something, I know that if I'm with my boys, I've got an 8-year-old and a soon to be 8-year-old and a soon to be 2-year-old, and I'm a stay-at-home dad, so I'm with them a lot. if I need some time to myself, I use the classic, I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh God. I know.
Like, I got to go to the bathroom and I'm going to be gone for 10, 15 minutes. Not because I need to go like do the thing. I just need like a break. And that would be the equivalent of me drafting a high upside tight end in the very end of a startup. It's like, because I feel it's like, that's what I do.
Wait,
I
hold
thought
on.
he
Let's,
Indeed.
I thought he was going the Jameis Winston route.
I thought he was
let's-
going the Lamar Jackson route.
Or maybe
Let's
Lamar
pull it back a
Jackson.
little
Jesus
bit.
Christ,
Oh, I could have done
Or-
that. That would have been good.
Ooh.
if you all
I like the
loved
tight end,
that
though.
movie that you all
Tight
tossed
end.
out in Finding
Which
Nemo,
one?
you could tell your kids you need to go see a man about a wallaby. Because that's what the dentist says when he goes to the bathroom.
On Wallaby Way.
Oh my God.
Brilliant. Absolutely
That's
brilliant,
ranking
Russ. Well
way
done.
too much.
Mine?
Well done.
Mine. No,
That was the first thing
that
I
doesn't
thought of.
exist to you anymore.
No, because it's gone. It
gone.
got yeeted.
Eat.
Oh my God, my son says that, and he understands he's using it wrong, and he doesn't care. Like he loves like the feeling and the sound of saying the word yeet.
Eat.
So he just does it for everything.
My
Yeah,
oldest
that's so
says
good.
yeet a lot.
It's bad enough that you're using this word so much. At least use it right. It's just like
Context is
if-
everything.
I don't necessarily care if my kids curse in the house as long as they use it correctly. Like the very first time it happened, my son was like 2, and we're driving in the car, and I slammed on my brakes because some dude cut us off. And my son, again, 2 years old, he just goes, "Oh shit!" And my wife and I are just like, "What? Yeah, shit! Like what? Oh my God!" Like we look at each other like, "Should we say no?" He's right. Oh my God, we almost got hit right there. Like,
He's right.
As
Go
long as
shit
they
is
don't
right,
do it-
son.
yeah, he was absolutely
He
right.
used it correct.
Perfectly. Like,
Perfect.
and especially like we always said, like, because my wife, like, we curse like sailors, and like
Same.
we always knew we wouldn't be able to hold ourselves back in front of the kids, so we knew they were going to curse. So we knew from the very beginning we'd have to teach them it's in the house and it's not to other adults. Like it's a respect and it's a right time, right place kind of thing. And they've actually done great about it because they have yet to curse off their teachers, which I've just been waiting for. Ellie, did you do your homework? Fuck no. Like, because I would definitely be one of those dads where like they get the phone call, they're like, Mr. Fisher, yeah, I was talking to your daughter and I asked her if she did her homework and she said, fuck no. And I'd just be like, yeah, maybe she didn't.
And then you go to the teacher, but well,
He
were you
wasn't
being
lying.
Were you being a bitch?
Yeah. Why you gotta be such a bitch about it?
Bro.
I'm gonna hang up. No, I'll try back again later.
And
Can I
my
speak to
daughter-
your wife, please?
What the fuck does she want? Okay, but no. Okay, so let's move this along before I just make my family look even worse than it is again. I'm gonna take the 102 on this draft, and
Oh shit.
since we're talking, I'm sticking with the Finding Nemo thing. But I'm stealing this line. My friend, well, my coworker taught me this one. Whenever someone asks him to do something, he's like, "Oh, sorry, I can't. I got to go home and walk my fish." And because the thing is, you're just like, okay, he's got to go. Wait, what? Because like you expect him to get, oh, I got to go home and walk my dog because that's a perfectly valid excuse. But he's like, no, I got to go home and walk my goldfish. And to me, here we go. This is the equivalent, because I've been getting in this argument for like the past few weeks. How now at this point in the world, in Superflex startups, Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley are like end of the first, values. And it's like, I hate high-end running backs, but can I pass on that? If all of the good quarterbacks are gone and someone takes like Devontae Adams in front of me, am I going to be able to pass on CMC at the 112? And like, I feel like that's what other people would say,
Nope.
seeing me drafting a running back in the first freaking round. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Huh?
Who hurt you, Russ? Who did this to you?
I've been
Where's my
hacked.
friend?
I've been hacked.
Yeah.
Hackers.
That's a good one.
Pretty good. That is a good one.
Jonathan Taylor though.
Ooh,
Oh,
JTZ.
Your fish still need to be walked.
That fish got legs. Casey, you're 103. You're up.
okay.
Well, apparently, we know what hers is already.
No, you don't.
We got to donate blood.
Oh, I do. No, I was actually going to say that I have a hangover. that's a good excuse to get out of things because some
Yep.
people are like, "Oh, okay, rest up and drink Gatorade and shit, and shit. And my equivalent would be Zeke Elliott because like anytime I draft him, it just makes me want to throw up.
The
There you go.
accuracy. The accuracy.
There you go.
I mean, let's keep it a buck
Baby.
too, Casey. I haven't looked at Zeke the same since you're running with him being a jerk a couple of years ago. I legitimately, my hippocampus goes back there every time.
100%.
Yeah.
I've grown up.
Yeah. Well, I haven't forgotten, Casey. I haven't
Oh,
forgotten.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Gabe, do you want me to take this 104? Or I mean, and our guests didn't give outros. Our guests didn't even do their outros either. So
we'll circle back.
This damn show sheet is all over the place.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
all
come up with
seriously.
something else.
There was a
Maybe.
show sheet?
Or not. Yeah, there was, but our 6 guests didn't show, and they had he or she had it. So,
wow, cool.
Yeah, J Mike, go ahead. 104. We'll circle back. We'll figure something out.
104. I don't know if you all have seen the show New Girl. I know Russ isn't particularly fond of it. We've had this discussion.
It's good.
But my wife and I have gotten into New Girl. We've been watching that now for several months on Netflix, and we're now in season 5. And at this point, we've laughed a lot. We've had some dry spells. We've experienced it all. But there's one character in the event that you haven't seen the show. His name is Nick Miller. And every time Nick is in a really weird or precarious situation that has him in his like feelings, where he has to like try to verbalize his feelings, he just kind of moonwalks away.
Yes.
Nice.
He just does his thing like the crane, like and he just kind of moonwalks away. And for me, sadly, it's, I really hate to admit this at this point. It's being faced with, if I'm in a startup and getting into these late rounds, even if he doesn't have a team, I'm probably going to end up having to draft Sammy Watkins because someone's going to bring it up. Oh, J Mike, your boy Sammy Watkins. And I was just like, walk away from the decision.
Your
like,
Sammy Watkins is my Dante Moncrief. I feel you.
Yeah, man.
Team clubs and big wide receivers.
Right there, J Mike. That was good.
Who has more career touchdowns? That's a good. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, it might be close. It might be close, but yeah, that's my 104. Sammy Watkins and the Nick Miller moonwalk. It would have me feeling real weird in moments.
Yeah. That's such a good move too, and horrible.
It makes me laugh every time.
Yeah,
I'm picturing that in my head right now because I know exactly what he does.
It's just so goofy.
That character in
not
general is just great.
Yes, he's a mess. I gave 105.
all right.
Super quirky, guys.
I feel like this is a bit of a cop out. All right. This is a newly acquired get out of jail free card or whatever that we're calling this, and it's about 8 months to date, approximately. I have most definitely woken up about 15 to 20 minutes past the time that I needed to wake up to get to work on time. I've definitely done that once in the last 8 months. I woke up and I'm trying to process the clock, and I'm like, what in the heck happened? I know I put on like 34 alarms. Like what? And not to mention I have one sacred alarm that always works. For whatever reason, that sacred alarm did not work that morning. The sacred alarm that I'm talking about is the child that is
babby.
now the babby, 8 months plus now. Okay. what do I do to obviously not make it to work? Like I could probably, make it to second period. Okay. Why am I saying this publicly? But I could probably make it to second period, right? If I say Colin, blah, blah, whatever, make some, whatever. But it was in a phase where it was like he was having issues of like being comfortable in general of me trying to comfort him, or wifey trying to comfort him at certain points in time, whether that be morning, that be night. So it was early on, whatever, teething. I don't know what it was. You never know what it is. But that was the excuse in general as to like why I couldn't go into work. Newborn baby. Newborn baby. And so my equivalent to that is just honestly in startups, rookies in general, to draft rookies in startups can be very, very bad if you get carried away. It's one thing to draft the picks in a startup that I don't necessarily dislike, because you can eventually flip that the closer it gets to a draft, et cetera, et cetera. People get thirsty, you slide into DMs,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if you're drafting rookie, if you just go straight rookie, because I'll tell you what, that's what happened to me in my first dynasty league is I drafted so much youth in the first 5-6 rounds that it ended up with being like Kevin White and Dorial Green Beckham, and these were just like
oh my god, these names.
Like,
stop! I'm getting aroused.
I know, or just like second year players that were just like, because y'all know how dynasty ADP kind of holds up just because they're young and because like nothing like huge has happened where they still kind of are important. We could do a whole draft on that where we're like, this player is still around where they shouldn't be just because of youth or situation, or not, something has happened, whatever. So I think it's possible that we get carried away with the youth, and that's my correlation of sorts, where you don't baby up. Don't baby up too hard in your startups. All right. I'm not saying that my excuse is a good idea either. I kind of flipped the script on that, but that's where I'm at. All right. And there is a difference between youth and awful, but unfortunately it's very hard to determine that. So if there's any advice as far as startups go, wait till that rookie draft to make those awful choices.
Big facts. Gabe, this was a successful return. This felt good. We had the best of our friends with us.
Mm-hmm.
Doug hit me up one day and was like, I think he used the GIF too. I haven't been on open bar for 84 years. So we haven't had Doug on in a minute, man.
Yeah, I went from being like a fairly regular guest to being like, man, these guys forgot about me. I'm still out here.
No, man, you still are, man. You still are, man. We golly, it slayed me when I read that. I was like, yeah, that was perfect GIF. And yes, we have to get you back. So
imagine Doug coming on and he's like actually 84. He's still in the FF Twitter game, and he's like,
FF replacement hip.
My first player drafted was New Rockney.
I'm the fantasy grandfather now.
I'm your fantasy grandpappy.
This was good. I'm grateful. I'm grateful we got to get back into it, and obviously Gabe get to kick off another year of doing this with my main mans. So this was fun. This is fun.
All right. Should we do? We'll let people say what they want to say. Just a little quick tidbit. A little quick some. Russ, around the horn. What do you got to say about yourself? Say it, my friend.
I did not laugh when Mufasa died. That's what I have to say. I did not
Slander.
snicker
That was slander.
when
I didn't say
Mufasa
you
died.
laughed. I said you snickered.
I did not. I would never snicker. I may have been eating a Snickers when
No, you
Mufasa
snickered.
died. Then maybe that's what you were saying. But
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't want to say anything. Casey, okay. You know what I'm going to say? Everyone listening should subscribe to the Dynasty Addicts Podcast Network because there's this amazing fucking show called Get Real with Casey Kasem on it, where I don't know if you've heard of this person before, but Casey, she interviews these awesome people, and it's just fantastic podcast for any, like, you don't even have to like fantasy football. It's just two people sitting and talking. It is such goodness, such radness, such dopeness that it is just skip over the Trade Addicts pod. It doesn't even matter. Just subscribe to the DAP network because it would make me happy, and listen to Get Real with Casey Kasem because that show is just damn good.
Can confirm.
That's a Texas size 10-4.
Indeed. Yeah. All right. Pass it off, then.
You should also listen to the Trade Addicts podcast because this is a pretty, up and coming podcast. Not too many people have heard about it, but I want you guys to get on the underground. No, I was kidding. Everybody knows what Trade Addicts is. Go, DAP Network. Go. This is Casey Kasem, and I approve this message.
Nice.
As did I. The flow top. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but it's definitely what it is. The flow top.
It is.
It is what it is. All right. So we got a couple of dappers over here. Doug.
Yeah, we dapper as hell.
On another network.
Dapper rappers.
Dapper.
Couple
On another
networks.
network here. On a couple networks, indeed.
Couple networks, yeah, man.
Got you in high def here. Speak to the people.
I got my ring light for Christmas, so the lighting's better in here because it used to be terrible. Amazon.com, thank you. The wifey, thank you. So I mean, I've been host of the Dynasty Happy Hour now, bringing that consistent heat for 2-3 years with Tyler and Tim. So really enjoying it over there. Obviously, Dynasty, this is our season, so tune in, Dynasty Happy Hour. We broadcast every Sunday, so you can check that out. Redraft season, I'm a co-founder at tffgurus.com, so if you play redraft, you can check us out over there. We got a great team of writers. So we got written content. We also have a couple different podcasts a week. I host Trophy Time with my brother-in-law and other co-founder, Josh Trotta. And then I do a solo podcast, Guru Game Guidance, which I want to thank J Mike and some other people that have really had some kind words around that podcast that I do by myself, pretty much for 40, 45 minutes, going over every single fantasy relevant player, where to slot them, if I think someone's going to have a big week, if I think they're going to let you down, pretty much going through start, sit, through every single week. So it is Dynasty relevant if you're setting your lineups, but also redraft if you play in that format as well. So very versatile. A lot of fun to do. Probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in front of a mic is, people think, oh, it's pretty easy to talk football for 45 minutes and cover all these games. It's not. And I've finally found a nice groove where I feel I can do, I can give you really good information. I can keep it fun. I can hopefully make you laugh and hopefully make you nod your head as you're listening and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense a lot. So I really enjoy that one quite a bit on the solo tips. So that's what I got going on. I don't write anymore. Just my chosen medium is to be in front of a microphone because that's what I'm comfortable with. And that gives me the most energy. Writing, too much of a slog. I just can't do it anymore. It takes up too much time. I'd much rather be in front of a microphone. So that's what I choose to do. So that's what I got going on. And yeah, looking forward to the Dynasty season. Man, I'm already looking forward to Scott Fishbowl. Is that weird? I'm already looking forward to the Scott Fishbowl experience again this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I know Scott wanted to do live drafts across the country. I know there's already plans for one out here in New England through Kevin, the FF engineer. We've been talking about that. So I'm hoping that goes down. Hopefully, there's still a lot of things to be worked out, obviously, with people's comfort, COVID, vaccinations, all that jazz. But fingers crossed, if there's anything I can get this year, I'm hoping that goes down because that'll be a really fun event. And I'm looking forward to just drafting in person again. It's one of the things that I like most about fantasy football. So yeah, just hoping for that. Hoping that 2021 fantasy season will we get that back, because I think it's an integral part to the human condition. As weird as that sounds. So
For sure.
that's all I got.
No, you're right, and I think in general that fantasy football I think fell off for a lot of people this year,
Yeah.
and that's certainly one element, not necessarily but one that brings us back a little bit, and yeah, man, I hope that happens. Even if it doesn't happen live, I'd hope that like something like this could even happen. You could go through on a live. That'd be kind of. Hey, yo, Scott Fish.
Hey,
Hey, Scotty.
Live drafts on SFB Live. Everyone gets a slot time at a specific slot time. Oh,
Is sfblive.com owned? We should probably buy it and gift it to Scott.
Come on. We did own it for a second, right? When he was on, he said we did, right? We could find that clip somewhere. Yeah, that'd be kind of ill though. Like if the live thing can't happen, that there were like slotted times for live shows for each.
I think people like the podathon. I think people would like donate to that if it was like and make that, give that extra toys for tots. People would sit there and watch a live draft. Absolutely.
I would.
Oh, especially if you can, like, if you had the comment section where you can start making fun of people.
Oh, especially when people get sniped, you get to see their reaction to like.
I'm telling you,
live,
right here.
Yes.
I think we can you can max 10 on this. So I guess 10 would be all right. StreamYard, we're adding you now. Put on a couple more, just 2. All right, we don't do 10 team drafts. What do you?
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids, yeah.
For kids.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
All right, so we're gonna go and at Scott Fish. We're gonna at StreamYard after this, and if the SFB live doesn't get to happen, then we can at least make it live in some sort of way through live shows. I think that was established here on the Open Bar, February 9th, 2021.
Copyrighted, patent pending, trademark, all those things.
Yeah, but we're not going to organize it. I'm just going to tell Scott.
Yeah.
We are we're the think tank.
That's
and
right.
They do all the other stuff.
Yep. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. All right. So who else is on this show? Oh, right. The co-host with the most, J Mike. Tell me more about. I mean, I know, I guess, kind of. I don't know, but tell me more about Alex J Mike Hamilton. Tell me more.
Alex J Mike Hamilton.
My name is Alex J Mike Hamilton.
Mike Hamilton.
Yeah.
Just
so
you.
in the midst of our hiatus from the show, it took me long enough after the yearnings of Russ Fisher and Brian Haar going back and forth and talking about it eons ago. And after I finally got Disney Plus and it finally came to Disney Plus, I didn't watch it for the longest. Finally watched Hamilton, and it has. I mean, it's rocked my world. It has changed my life, and I think I even told you, Gabe. I know that you said musicals aren't really your bag. This is
your bag.
This one hits different.
Yeah,
it just flat out hits different. It's outstanding. But I love that soundtrack. I love that show. It's phenomenal. And Lin-Manuel Miranda, like, he needs a Nobel Peace Prize for that one. It's absurd.
Genius.
It's absurd. Yeah, it's something. And Leslie Odom's amazing. And just
my oldest son watched it when it came out on Disney Plus, and I didn't think he would be really into it, and he loved it. Like, we were literally playing the Hamilton soundtrack out by the pool most of the summer, and he would be singing along with it. And I was like, man, I didn't think this would resonate like that with him, and he loved it, which is awesome. Because I loved it. I was like, "This is great." Yeah,
it's one of my favorite things. Period. On that I've ever seen. Anyway, all that said, it's great to be back with you all here at the Open Bar. To our guests, thank you all so much for joining us. First Lady,
thank you.
Senior Russ Fisher, Grandpappy, the fantasy.
you kids with this newfangled video.
just grateful to be able to kick it with you all again. To our everyone in the chat, Thank you all for keeping it lit. We had a lot of fun discussion, a lot of good comments. I mean, take what you will from Top Gun. We had a lot of fun with that. So thank you all for rocking with us. If you're listening to this in podcast form, whether it be on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, all the places, we're there. I'm just grateful to be doing this again. This is fun. I don't know, it's fun, and it's fun to be doing it with my ace himself. FF Adaptation, FF Penny, FF Mallrats, FF Trade Coward, FF Put Out, FF Man Gun Shy, FF Pea Shooter, FF Desert Eagle, FF La Pointe, FF Not My King. I'm your boy at J Mike Check on Twitter, at JMIC Check. Show's handle is at the Open Bar Pod. To my main man, the host with the most, and all of the aliases from before. Still my favorite to this day. FF I Wanna Zeke You on Twitter at FF Man Bun. Gabe, take us home.
Ooh.
I knew I could eventually get you to sing a little bit more and more on this podcast.
Was it?
One of
Was it
these
much?
times. I know. Oh, what? It wasn't that much? Oh, it wasn't that much? Okay. Oh.
Never too much, never too much, never too much.
One of these days,
Get Luther.
I swear that y'all are going to get that. I know it. And y'all are going to feel something. Y'all thought you heard it when you hear him just speak? Come on. Y'all don't know a thing. Whew. Yeah, that was a good pod, man. It was a good pod to come back to. I also agree that the freak in you, the Zeke in you is very good. And I'm still tight about our draft on speaking of circles closing and Colts and join the circle, that I just got zero love for my exquisite draft. I lost to Dorco playing John Mayer, Your Body is a Wonderland. And then I obviously lost all the Steffi stands out there. All right. So I really had no chance. I should have known what I was getting into. And I'm FF Adaptation. And I should really go by that name and adapt next time. So you live and you learn. I'm a coward, and I'm gonna. I think that maybe that we should do. Can we do a show? I know I came on your show once, Russ, and I butchered the addicts thing.
Oh,
when I came on, I don't know if you remember, but I remember, and it stole my mind, and I'm embarrassed about it, and I'm sorry, but I do want to possibly get on someday in the future, and we could maybe just switch it just for a special show and say that you're not an addict and you're a coward. And then we could talk that show about being a coward. It's just a show idea, for you.
Let's do it. That's fine.
Right.
You want to start right now?
Yeah. J Mike, look at that. I mean, and all of a sudden we have another 2-hour show ahead of us.
Too quick. I love it when a good plan comes together.
Oh man. All right. I'm kidding, but also genuine on that. I think that's a good idea. I'm FF Man Bun and I'm a coward. Like it kind of rolls. I'll even make an intro for you. I'll make a new one with coward on it, and I'll flip it.
and then he can go over all the trades that he has rejected because he was too scared to pull the trigger. That'd be great.
Do, because you would be. Oh my gosh, y'all would start throwing up after like trade 3. All right. This was good, man. It's good to be back. 2021. I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing the open bar, and that's for gosh darn sure. And J Mike's hustling, man. All right. He is FF hustling. All right.
Every day I'm hustling.
FF 305. FF Port of Miami.
Oh man, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. 305.
Mr. Worldwide.
The one that came to me was the Cassidy jump. I'm a hustler. but
Yeah.
but that
there you
works.
go.
That works too.
Is that the or no? That's my drink. Yeah. Okay. I got. Yeah.
Drinking a two-step. My drink.
I was still on Cassidy, but I was on the wrong. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. God, and I even had one for you. You had like 10 for me, and I'm like, man, I had like 2 in the tuck, but now I can't even remember them now. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna start doing that.
Just keeping score.
I know, but just wait, man. You wait.
FF.
You wait. The moment I start writing things down, it's show's over for you, bro. Like you come up with really good stuff for me at the end of the show, and I kind of want to give it to you and allow you to keep doing it for me because it's kind of your thing, and people like it or whatever, and like
FF jot it down.
Whatever, you know,
FF baby excuse.
See, FF jot it down. See,
FF late for work. FF alarm.
FF 20-minute drink.
Alarm.
20 FF long drink prep.
Hey, go watch my live Periscope.
There you go.
You'll get it.
You'll get it.
You bullies. All right. You're just sitting here in the waiting room.
Bullies,
And
bunch of bullies.
You're a bunch of bullies. I'm downstairs hustling. Okay.
Hustling,
and
baby.
I'm making person Hattons. Okay. Okay.
Isn't hustling like another way to say like doing things quickly?
Okay.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. J Mike, we've got some shows coming up for you. February is ours for the taking. So is March, so is April, so are the other months after it. We don't care.
I'll see you guys again in 2025 probably.
I know.
So.
Yeah.
His internet will be caught up by then. We'll begin.
Probably not.
He'll just have to
you wonder why we don't invite
you back. You wonder.
My brother-in-law's gonna be like, Doug, you're over on your data by 3 gigs, and I'll be like, forward that bill to Gabe in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm paying that shit.
I'll put it into the stonks. All right. Doge. Yeah, we made it. All right, that's it. We're getting out of here. J Mike, he dropped a journal. I don't know if y'all heard it.
Oh,
J Mike dropped a journal. He's starting to learn how to put the audio together. He's starting to learn how to wipe the cobwebs off some things. All right. You go ahead and listen to that journal yourself. Episode 5. You've been doing this for like 2 years and you only have 5 episodes?
No, bro.
What's wrong with you?
Damn.
Put out more than 5. No, it's been like 3 years.
It's
been like 3 years. Who does a journal?
Like 6 years.
Who does 5 journals over the course of 1 year? Come on. We want more journal. More journal.
Journal.
Yeah. Churn the journ. All right.
Churn the churn.
We need an eternal journal.
Come on, give me the churn. Give me the churn, J Mike. Give me the churn.
Churning up the butter.
Give me the churn, J Mike.
You're not gonna jiff me.
Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac. 1 second.
You got the peppercorn. I'm not giving
Return of the Mac.
Oh my God.
Return of the Mac.
I'm trying to let you know.
Updating my Twitter name as we speak. Return of the Mac. MC.
A little Mark Morrison flavor for you.
Yeah.
1 second.
Holy shit. It's going to be tough to
Oh my
name
God.
this podcast. All right. And no one even stuck around for that one. That was Pete Casey. That was good. All right. That's it. That is the open bar. We are going to be back next week, to my knowledge. And if we're not, then
I'm planning on it.
I don't care what you think. Gosh darn it. I'll still be, J Mike, I'm going to make my cocktail next week. I'm doing it.
FF Putin Nanny.
FF Putin Nanny out. Just kidding. I would never say that. Instead, I would say, see y'all next week. Da 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 Deuces.